I'd hop on because still haven't changed cell providers, so my phone's not gonna work at all. I'm trying to cuff this. Very old shirt of mine. It was a local band from Lake where they lived right next door to my best friend Paul, and good times. I wish I filmed more. A lot of pictures, but not a lot of film. And I didn't have a cell phone for a really long time. It was stolen out of my bike basket. Went 5 years without it. So there's a good chunk, but the only pictures I have are from other people. Alright, so walk through a spider web. Anyways, so a notebook for notes. And plus I have a bad habit of using print, well, not bad habit, but I have a lot of my notebooks, they'll start off like being something for something specific, and then I kind of veer into an everything, just like notebook pile within the notebook. And oh, here they are. Yay. So just trying to learn how to read the charts, and I did. Let me flip. I did print the area, so the last few videos have been under this bit, right? No. Jesus! I'm sorry. A little zonked after 3 days swimming full force because the tide was at the most, like, optimal time to get there nice and early. In relation to the tide, it was 3 yesterday, 3 p.m. And there it is. Right there. This is where I usually go. And that first pylon is really the first pylon is really nice. And right by there, that's the fishing pier, which was the original bridge. It was made in sounds like that. And the shorts are a little stretched from all swimming. Excuse me. Slowly getting this back together too, because I was sorting shells like a mad woman. Where did I put that bag? Here. Can't find the piece of coquina, but I finally found a nice hunk. I really like this one. Really like this one. This. Just found this on the shore yesterday. Blue heron. Perfect as is. And I'm guessing it's in here because I carry these little things, these little tackle box things, and I just fill them up walking around to keep it on me. These are some of my favorite. They just look like your classic shell with the lines. I can flip it around. And this one's an oldie goldie. Pretty chewed up. I did find an intact one of these. And I never find these intact because they're like paper thin. Very thin. But also just the most vibrant. So I do collect the fragments when I find them. And this is what I'm talking about. It's old, it's a little dingy. But I love it. Can't wait to set that in metal. I could clean it, I'm sure. They're my favorite. And I did find one scallop shell, which I was kind of surprised by. It's just like fully intact. Really nice. And all this is from Blue Heron. I really focus on shell halves because, like, this will just break down. It's not going to be taken by a hermit crab or anything. And fragments and limpets. I really like a good limpet. but definitely multitasking out there. Nice cockle. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Look at that. It's solid, man. And that's, I believe, cocaine. It's solid. It's just shell fragments. It's building material. Intensely solid. Let me pull this up real quick. My eyes are fried. My sunglasses aren't polarized, so hello, nice hair color. Thank you. I love that spot because it's kind of an inlet, so the shells are usually quite older looking, and like, where is? I would actually find a really nice calorie. Like, insanely nice stuff like that. It's so glossy, and that color. Just digging around stuff. I am so stoked for this. I found a larger one long ago, but this is just so vibrant, and you can see the color. It's this like really nice golden brown, and the face is like kind of pink or like a blush. Really stoked for these. Even the ones that are broken are highly enjoyable to find. I really like the calories a lot. I don't find many of them. No shark teeth yet. And a lot of these, they're really like they come in every color possible, and I think they call them long Venus shells. I could be wrong, but they're such a joy to find. I did not think that. I drank maybe 2 sips of coffee. I got up a little late today, but not too late. I got 9. I'm trying to get into the habit of waking up super early, because then the whole world is awake. The sun is out. I was doing some night fishing last night, and I didn't see a thing, like, at all. I'm so night blind. And I don't know if there's a way to, like, not train your eyes, but I try to walk around like in pitch black, like, maybe I just spend too much time in bright lights. But no. As far as I remember, I think I've been totally night blind. I didn't realize it until, like, I was older when people were like, how can you not see that? Wait, I'm looking at a turned off television screen right now. Yeah. Which is a real downer, honestly, because it's so nice. And, really nice. And I just couldn't see anything. It was a nightmare, honestly. I don't know how people could just see, like, in pitch black, like, darkness. But I couldn't. And, so today I started nice and early. But what a treat. Swimming under that bridge and fishing off of it is, I don't know, it's a city or two down from my hometown. I don't know why I haven't spent much time there. I don't think I would have ever left. Peanut Island is right near, and I spent a lot of childhood there. And Peanut Island is a tiny little island. You have the inlet, which is a huge one compared to like ones I'm used to, really. And it goes inlet, then Peanut Island, and then the channels, and then Lake Worth Lagoon. I don't know that. What am I doing? But yeah, it's very small though. I printed this with like the house print. I need to change shirts. This is crumbs. But here she glows. Oops. So that's the inlet, which cruise ships, small cruise ships, not as big as like the Port of Miami or Miami Port. I don't know what it's like actually called. But hello, Alex, the Therian puppet maker. Very nice. Don't know if you're still here, but finally close enough to my phone. Or I looked down when I was close enough to my phone. Anyway, the inlet goes right through here. And that's a channel, or a basin rather, for the cruise ships and the big boats to turn around. Because it's very shallow. Very shallow. Like, there's tons of sandbars, especially at low tide. It's like there's not even water on the sand, but it stays shallow. And the bridge is here. The little bridge is here, so it's right near that inlet. And it's such a difference over here. So I really can't wait to start going through the pictures a little bit more extensively so I can compare, like, the creatures. Like, I've collected shells my whole life, and one thing I started to realize pretty dang quick is the different species you find on different beaches. Like, I'd say Blue Heron, that little beach, is a hot spot for a lot of mollusk shells, and the spiral shells are usually all taken, and it's very alive down there. And like, there's tons of these. I'll pull it out, give this into code. There's tons of these, but the hermit crabs. So the scenes are wild watching these walk around the bottom. Tons of sea urchin and tons of starfish. And Peanut Island is kind of like a party island, if you will. You can't drink on the island, as far as I'm aware, but people just chill in their boats around it. So it's a hoot, and you'll see all kinds of crazy vessels go by. One guy has a car. It's like a convertible, but it's a boat. It just looks like a car. And the sea urchins, you'll see just like balls of leaves and beer bottle caps. it's the sea urchin's like defense, I'm guessing. And are there like handmade shields? But it just reminded me also that a part of the dive trail is shopping carts, and it's advertised as such. Like, if you look at the map that has like the modules and where they are, which are just like clumps of rocks or what have you, that coral could grow on. And that was all put in, from my understanding, in 2012. And they need to plant more. I haven't gotten a call back, but to be fair, I haven't called back either. And I have to now that my phone works. Whoa, running out of memory, no. I don't know. Oh, I forgot. Very excited. And excited to keep going back. And there's this like grass area, I guess, down here. So that should even have like more creatures crawling around. Probably a lot of crabs. And the sailfish marina also. Anytime I see people's footage from there, there's Goliath groupers, and not exactly sure when they hang out in the inlet like that. but it's my number one dream to swim relatively close to one. The shark is very old. It's a little stretched, but they have a tendency to jack your spearfish. Like if you were to be spearfishing, sharks aren't the only thing. Goliath groupers and eels, and the Goliath groupers are like surreal to see, like genuinely surreal. Huge fish, and it's like your classic, fish shape, but just massive. And it's called Goliath grouper, and West Palm Beach is a wee little hot spot for them. And I could put something on the TV about them, but I was too distracted to really retain anything that they were saying. But they were going around tagging them to try to figure out when and exactly where they spawn. And they had, I don't know what it was, like sonar, I don't know. That sounds pretty dumb, but and it's like, yeah, they'll be like beep beep if they're not doing it. It was so funny, and I can't fishbone. Oldie oldie. I've seen these and really old, like ancient jewelry, and much like bones, turquoise, coral, stuff like that. I've seen with resin or stuck in these holes and made into beads. And I just really wanted to do that. And this guy, he was uninhabited. He was in the sand. Nice black and white. I'll actually flip it because these are quite spectacular. And then I have to change my shirt because this looks ridiculous. But I do miss them. Anton was used to play the saw, like out and about. So you'd be walking downtown to pay your electric bill, and you would just hear like, saw, and with the violin bow, and stuff like that really made Lake Worth just surreal. And I was always aware of how surreal it was. I just wish I took better care in documenting it. But yeah. That's what now is for, I suppose. I keep oh, there you go, some shell nuts. Went to Pura Vida, Kodlak yesterday, and to kill some time because the parking lot was full, and they had the book. I haven't even seen it, like looking for books online, and it's the Blue Heron Companion. It was $50, so didn't get it that time. I understand fully. Like, that wasn't the shop's price. This is the price, like, printed on the book. It's the greatest, most useful thing I've had in my hand. So weird. Hands in a long time. The area, I feel like, just like any area on this planet, is very specific to that area. So there's been a lot of things that I can't find in the field guides or online via like detailed description or Google Lens, which Google Lens didn't really work at all for me a few years ago, but I don't know if they just made it easier to add text to the search, or they just added that, or just made it like because I've tried to do that before and I couldn't figure out how to add. Because taking a picture of a plant and running it through Google Lens, you'll get a bunch that looks like it, but it's not it. But adding Florida or your area to the picture, night and day difference. The point of work 99% of the time. I used to post in plant identification and discussion all the time, and I do miss that. But It's really work. That's not it. It had to be, okay, yeah, here. Trying to find his book. Blue Heron Companion. Got it. Okay, Blue Heron Bridge. $44. Such a specific book. It's brilliant. Oh, it's not anywhere online. Well, it's very interesting. And, found a bunch of, like, old camp things. So what kind of boat? It's a 21-inch Aquasport, one Yamaha engine motor. Always good to see. And it's sitting a bit, and I know there's still gas in it, so hopefully tomorrow or the next day be siphoning out that, and then pressure cleaning, and like how to get the like fiberglass, like when you touch it, like your hands are wet. I'm trying to just like get it like all clean, and the electronics are good, like the fish finder and that kind of thing. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Oh, and tires for the trailer, because it's sitting in rocks, but unavoidable. Too much was happening, and just really ready to get it out there, because ow, 'tis the season, and for now, I'm only recently started actually studying for my boat license. I'm born after 1988, so I need one. And my dad's back can't handle the winter, just gets too rough and choppy. So gotta get it out like as soon as possible. A, so you get some fishing in, but then I get plenty of experience for winter. Cause it's, I don't know why I'm so skeptical of wetsuits. It's because I've never worn one. It's like, how can it keep you warm? Skeptical. And like, it'll be kind of depressing if it's really effective, because I could have had one this whole time. Because like, the water's just too cold in the winter for me. Too cold. And but it's good for like a wide variety of other things, especially inland activities like the nature preserves, the swamp, the canoeing, kayaking through swamp, and places that you couldn't swim and are usually insanely congested with mosquitoes. Doesn't matter if it's like 6 in the morning either. There's I don't know why they're building cities in the middle of the swamp right now, but it's going to be comical, I think, because the mosquitoes are genuinely bad. Like, genuinely just, there's a good 24 varieties. And again, it doesn't matter if it's early in the morning, they're out. In the winter, paradise. But in the summer, when there's moisture in the air, oh, whoa, it's really brutal. And but winter is fantastic. Not nearly as many spiders. Like during the summer, again, the humid in the air, things are like every inch is just bustling, and the spiders get quite large. And excluding brown recluse, I'm not sure of any negative like effects. I know they all hurt, but like I don't think I should check. Okay, so banana spiders, it's not, it just hurts. And they're huge, they could get huge. Really huge. And, but they're in the winter time. They're usually elsewhere, just not across trees. Like there's a really nice kayak or canoe spot called Riverbend in Jupiter. And in the summer, spiders, you could hear them falling in your kayak, like really intense. And during the winter, absolute paradise. And Riverbend's the only appearing to flow, I don't know what it's doing, but it flows, and it's really nice, and it feels nice. I don't know if you can swim in it, or if it's like, but there's certain like clear patchy spots that's like, and there's bumblebees, the furry ones with the stripes, like the cartoons, there. And I think it's on the same waterway river, because Florida is just full of all different types of water paths and canals, and Trapper Nelson is, I think, on Indian River. I can look it up. Trapper Nelson is, I keep wanting to make a video on him, but I haven't been to the physical spot. Martin County, and is it on Trapper Nelson? Was a Florida legend. So Cypress Creek, Loxahatchee River was it? Loxahatchee River. There's a bunch of creeks, and I think yeah, here it is, a canal. What canal is that? But really cool spot. I've only seen pictures, and I've been recommended it, but okay, so where is... Yeah, it's the same water as Riverbend. Like, you could access it. So windy. Oh, no way. I did not know that. So, Loxahatchee River starts at the Jupiter Inlet. That's so cool. So, like, the Palm Beach Inlet, or Lake Worth Inlet, is, goes into Lake Worth Lagoon, and Jupiter Inlet goes into Loxahatchee River. That's great. I've lived here my whole life, and it's like, every day is just... I have no idea what's going on in the world, but I really love this state. I've moved out of it once to Colorado, but I came right back. I made it 3 months. And the first thing I did was jump into the ocean and have a man-o-war wrap around my knees. But I was laughing maniacally because it was just one of those of course moments, but like you're so stoked that it just doesn't even, yeah. I'm just zooming in all over the place. But Trapper Nelson made himself a little, essentially, a zoo out there. Massive gators and stuff like that. Florida history is like really, really wild. And I don't know if anybody's heard of the Barefoot Mailman, but that's another super infamous like bit of Florida history. The barefoot mailmen delivered mail along the beach, and that's why they were barefoot. And there's a famous, or the most notable barefoot mailman was Andrew something. There's statues of him everywhere, and the theory is that they had these dinghies that would cross the inlet, and the mailman would get into it, cross, do the mail, come back, and then be back at the starting point. But they think that the boat was either like on the other side, or a few other possibilities that don't come to mind right now. But his clothes were found folded or like slung under or over a tree branch, and his bag was hanging. And so that's why they think that he had to swim to the other side. However, those days, crocodiles infested, absolutely infested. And I don't know what people were thinking moving here. They must have truly appreciated an adventure. That's all I can say. Like in West Palm Beach, the original courthouse, I can't find my hairbrush anywhere. And I swam in the ocean for 3 days straight, but I did, anyway, every weekend, all weekend, and working on full time because there's a lot that could be done there, a lot of trash because there's a lot of people, but it's fun picking that up because I find all kinds of things. I found a flat fort, like the flattest fort I've ever seen. I had to throw all my stuff in here because my bucket, and I had to use the other bucket. Frisbee? It's the only one I've seen that I'm like, okay, I can mess with that. For some reason, it's not like a phobia of frisbees. I just have too many bad experiences. You haven't lived until you're like listening to the greatest song like of that second, and a giant plastic frisbee slams you in your earbud or like your lip. It works. But I love it. They're very fun to throw, especially to dogs. I just always slip from my hand. I always get faced by a frisbee. Ooh, yeah, I'm glad I'm getting this stuff out of here. I try really hard to not make everything stink, but I haven't figured out how people avoid that yet. And I always forget, recently I started forgetting extensively. Not extensively, but every time. Hairbrush. To rinse stuff before I go. Try floats because a lot of rocks and reefs, like maybe, but they just can't get. There's so much that I haven't figured out yet. Like I know of, but I don't know how. And am I gonna bring this to the store? Probably. I definitely feel it today though, because the day before yesterday there wasn't really a current, but yesterday there was. And under the bridge, the East Bridge, it's the small one. Oh my god. Did not expect that. There's not one but two boats seen so far there. One going inside of it, and so that's three, and then like a console on the other side. Huge manta ray, and I finally did get it on camera, and huge manta ray. There's the stingrays everywhere, but the manta ray was, because I did get one on camera not too long ago. However, this I was swimming in the direction of the bridge, and it came, so I was at least able to get it a little closer than last time, and because the other time the camera, you can't see them underwater. I don't know if you can zoom at all, but here, let me. Oh, I know. Oh, do not try this over there. Huh? Look at this. I did grab this from the dog shop. I wanted to show it real quick. There's a hogfish. I got some really nice I got some really nice footage of one of those eating with a parrotfish. But some of the stuff you see down there is incredible. Weird ass flounder. I got a video of a baby flounder the other day. Hogfish. Oh, I love them so much. And the eel, of course. My eel buddy is gone. Or he's just moved. There's a cuberas somewhere right here. Really nice summer. There's a bunch of dead ones. This is a horrible. Hello, Yellowbeard James Gibson. Yeah, there was a ton of lobster heads. And these kids came off their boat and was like, also, because one of the heads were huge. But, yeah. Because I look at the updated fishing regulations. Because I still have some time. It's still only $5 to get the lobster permit. Right. Yeah. $5. Hogfish. Yeah, the 25th ended the sports season, which I was really not wanting to miss. But regular season opens August 6th through March 31st, which I am so stoked. I am so stoked. I've eaten a lot of spiny lobster, but none that I've caught myself. And it is way too long. Way too long. Like, not only did my dad, for my whole life, until recently, and my uncle and my cousins would go down to the Keys all the time. And I wanted to go so bad, but my mom would be like, it's too dangerous. Because they were scuba diving, and I don't know why I don't have much interest in scuba diving. I like swimming around a lot, like a fish. And every time I see scuba divers, I love them dearly. However, I just don't think I would be very good at, like, that. Having to move slow and, like, maintaining spatial awareness. Like, I do, just, like, for the sake of not scaring away fish, because you can't take a picture of fish anyway if they're swimming away, and not kicking coral or anything like that. So I have pretty good spatial awareness, but I don't know, at least not right now. It would be really nice to dive deeper, and but if you get distracted, you have to add more time to your, like, decompression, like, stages, and just the thought of that's the part that freaks me out, not the, like, anything else, and, because if I see something, it is really physically difficult to walk away or swim away from it, and, I don't know, I think maybe I'm just overthinking it, but, yeah. It looks so nice though being able to stay down there, especially at depths you don't have to, like, do all the steps. That sounds ideal, but it is really sick to be able to dive wrecks, like actual, like, massive, huge, but figured the wrecks and stuff like that I can't swim, I could always either drop a camera down or fish them, because a lot of the fish that I personally would like to start targeting as soon as I could get offshore, like structure, and with like a school of any type of line could drop the camera down also to see what's down there. I wish there was a thing that made it really easy to, oh, never mind, fish finder, to get the depth. Like, it'd be nice to have a watch that just has GPS coordinates and, like, depth. And that's it. I mean, and I guess the time. But, yeah. I don't know what to do. Oh, it's 2? Today's melting by. Alright, I'm gonna get serious. Tonight, leaving, I think around 6. But I haven't packed it all. It's just for a few days. Gonna try to get a few more things chipped away, and then make a list on the stuff we need. And, like, I need a descending device for the swim bladders, or what is that called? Oh, it's in here. It's Cape Florida, the fishing capital of the world, by using the best fish. Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna say what it was. But it's this. It's. Oh, I want that one. The pressure trigger lip clamp. That is sweet. Probably gonna get this inverted hook thing, because that's what I saw online. Barotrauma. That's a barotrauma. But they are absolutely necessary now. And to have on your vessel, and that I really that's good. It's used to be very depressing, but that yeah. I wonder, pressure is no joke, but yeah, that's the bladder, that's totally brutal, and I like shoreline fishing, so thankfully I never really have to deal with that. I like the sand perch, Marjara, they're really delicious, and there's a few different varieties in there. The few that I know, 3, I believe, are all edible and all delicious and all known for having really delicious fillets. Small, so like for fish sticks, fish sandwich, stuff like that. And you catch a bunch of them and have yourself a big old pile. And no sea turtles or dolphins were caught in the net to catch them on a tiny little hook, so it's very nice. And yeah, it kind of drives me nuts, because like the international waters start only a few miles off this coast, and people attack fishermen first, like recreational fishermen. It's like a dude in a hook, like, but I never see anything mentioned about like fishing fleets that are essentially vacuuming the sea life out of the sea, and you know, have full respect for commercial fishermen, and that, however, is like a lot of it gets frozen and shipped to various spots, and like other stuff gets caught in the net too, and which I get currently unavoidable, and it's not like a thing that's causes excitement, and so no judgment or anything like that, but it's just nice to know that when you fish, that there's nothing else, and if you don't have any purpose, you can just throw it back. And other than the butterfish, I think every single thing that I've caught in the last 2 weeks on that $30 pull, I've threw back and swam away happily. But I really can't wait to fall into a pattern, or at least like some form of efficiency. Because right now I'm really good at catching bait fish. But can't really keep live bait because I don't have a bait well yet, and I have a bait basket, but it doesn't really work on a pier. And at least I pulling the fish up every 2 seconds, like 30 feet or however tall a fishing pier is. It's rather a bucket with a pump. But for the seawall, which I like to fish from, it's really nice. Especially high tide, the water's right there. And there's the fishing pier that fishing is welcome all day until it's, I forgot, 10:30. It has a sign. And the East Bridge you could fish from an hour after any dive flag has been seen, I think they say. It's something like that. And it's really nice. Not as many needlefish, which is interesting because like it's like a parking lot from each other, and the one bridge is all needlefish, and not all obviously, but needlefish, and they're really efficient at getting bait off of hooks, and which I kind of I use squid or try to cook the shrimp with the lighter so it doesn't fall off the hook or gets sucked off so easily. And the other side, the East Bridge, baby needlefish, but haven't really seen a lot of like adults swimming around the last few days. And been staring at the water pretty extensively. At the boat ramp, there's a lot of catfish, and I think it is hardhead catfish. And has one it has one chef hat. That means I'm guessing it's just not very good. But there's plenty you can do to fry it. And fish oil, all that. Like, well, I don't know too much about those, to be honest. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting really hungry. I have a tendency to do that. I have really good seafood here, and I feel like the reason for that is here in Palm Beach County, the Gulf Stream is right there, and so it's a nice little hot spot. Although I do really want to check out Destin, because anytime I hear of like some wild catch, it's always in Destin. And yeah. Anyway, happy trails, going for something. And finally brushed my hair, and I really found this hairbrush. The one hairbrush that I had, I left at my parents' house, so I had to get like a replacement. And it's not very effective. It's a little weak, and if I'm being honest, it's called the Knot Doctor. It's not like a good after. You need a little bit more rigidity. Wait, 2 more seconds, because I think there was something important. Maybe not. Trapper Nelson and the Barefoot Mailman. Yeah, hunger. Happy show. Oh, if anybody does play Call of Duty, I'm gonna be playing like a good 10 games because I'm not gonna be able to for a good week, so, yeah. Like, it's a strategy and human error, so it's comical, and, this is really the only game I have playing anyway. Walter was asking to go on Battlefield, but, like, I can't hit anything. I don't know why, but he said that, I forgot what he said. Anyway, happy shooting.